English is not so good, so I'm sorry, but I've got to read this now. Right, listen up, Matt, please, because this applies to you. What you have done to our country, how you have destroyed this country, and the freedoms it should love and respect and hold dear to us all. The people of Britain are aghast, horrified and disgusted by Israel's genocide against the Palestinians trapped in Gaza and the West Bank.
There was a protest that was organised, which we were supposed to attend at the BBC today, and we were so upset to hear that it had been cancelled under false claims that it was going to disrupt a synagogue that was observing the Sabbath. We had our Jewish comrades with us, Jewish Voices for Labour and the International Anti-Zionist Jewish Network. The synagogue is not actually situated anywhere near the BBC. By shutting down a protest targeted at an institution objecting to biased framing, which we have a lot of rights to do, considering that we are paying for the licenses that operate this corporation. To shut this down is an infringement not only on our human rights, goes against the Geneva Conventions, and it goes against the democratic law which they hold in such high regard. So we were really disappointed to hear that that had been shut down, but we will not allow this to stop our determination to hold the BBC and the UK government to account. We also heard news that a comrade had climbed Big Ben in protest against ethnic cleansing, and so we wanted to be near him, and we were very happy to hear that the protest had been moved to Downing Street. The protest by health workers, Jewish allies and many other groups, media workers, the Centre for Media Monitoring, they were all here today to oppose the biased framing that is being used to provide consent for genocide and ethnic cleansing to take place. We've seen the BBC and the UK government work in tandem to provide consent and legitimize the colonization of Palestine. We cannot allow the entire Palestinian race to be wiped off Gaza and the West Bank. We demand that the UK government hold Israel to account in accordance with international law and UN resolutions, impose sanctions and embargoes on the Zionist entity, and stop using our taxes to fund ethnic cleansing.